Hey, what's going on, Fitness on Fire community? This is Coach Josh, and I'm here with the lovely Nayelli Cardenas today. What's up, Miss Nayelli? How you doing?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely, you are awesome, and this has actually been one of my favorite things to do during this whole quarantine thing is to be able to connect with some of the people that I really love and I really value. Nayelli is somebody that I work with personally, somebody that has been a big part of my healing journey. And you know, I talked about this a little bit when we had Aiden on one of our lunch and learns, and Nayelli knows Aiden as well. Aiden, when I talked about this, when I had Aiden on, I talked about the idea that throughout all of history, there has been like mentions of healers with like magical abilities, right? And these people, they could just like touch people and they would be healed. And you'd be surprised that I actually believe a lot in these concepts. And for me personally, I don't know. I was telling Nayelli before we jumped on, I was like, I don't really know how electricity works all the way, but I know how to flip a light switch on and use it when I need it. I can't see the wind, but I know that it exists, and I know that like a strong enough wind could blow down a house, right? So I know that when I work with some of these healers, there's something that's bigger than just the muscles they're working on and the way that they're digging their elbows in there. And she can do that too, because that's pretty. you got some abilities there. But Nayelli is truly a healer, and today she's going to talk to us about something I hope you guys will be open-minded to listen to as we talk a little bit about Reiki today. So Nayelli, if we could, I'd love for you just to tell us a little bit about yourself before we really jump into what is Reiki and how's it work and all that.
Sure, for sure. Thank you, Josh, for having me. Hi, Fitness on Fire Tribe. It's so much of my pleasure to be here with you guys and share with you about what Reiki is. So a little bit about my background is I started feeling energy pretty early on. I'm talking like 6 years old. And when I was 6, we had the big Mexico City earthquake, 1984, and having this catastrophe, right, and leaving me feeling pretty helpless. I think that's when I made the decision of becoming a healer. Not so much a doctor. I wasn't really interested, even though my entire family has doctors, surgeons, nurses, veterinarians. That wasn't my calling. My calling was definitely more in the spiritual aspect of it, in just helping people feel better about themselves, about life, about their mind, body, and spirit connection. And when I was 19, I pretty much embarked into this journey. And at some point, I became a massage therapist. I did energy work. But now with this quarantine and with this evolution of this rising of consciousness that we're going through, I've reclaimed that. And I'm an energy worker that does massage. And I think that that's more true and more accurate of what I do. If you received work from me, I'm great at moving the energy through the tissue. And like Josh said, we're made of electricity. The reason you move is because you're an electrical being. And if that does not blow your mind away, I don't know what can or will. We are always going to be dealing with something greater than ourselves. We're just these tiny little humans. Josh mentioned the wind, right? We cannot control the wind. We cannot tell the wind what to do, how to do it. So there's something absolutely greater than ourselves that we can tap into, and that we can then feel that connection that we have to the universe, to each other, to plants, animals. You know, when you're walking down the street and you make that connection with someone, that is magical. We have these nerves inside of us, okay? They're called mirror nerves. And neuroscientists study these because we think that that's how we've learned to become empathetic, because we literally mirror each other. We think that that's how we've developed language, empathy. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm talking with someone with an accent, I start mimicking it. So we're seeing these mirror nerves being a part of like why and how is it that we relate to each other. And Reiki is a big part of that. So that's a little bit of what I do. I do massage, yoga, energy work, truly approaching a holistic approach. When I work with people, I want them to first and foremost feel comfortable and happy in their bodies, whatever that means for them. So that's a little bit of it.
I love it. I think the first time I really felt like energy work of any kind was when I was introduced to Qigong. And Qigong, somebody explained it to me as like a meditation with movement. And so I like the concept. So I was like, oh, I love movement and I need to get more meditation in my life, right? And I'm more like sitting meditation's hard for me sometimes. Sometimes it's really good for me too. But this Qigong, the meditation with movement idea was really cool. But actually what I started to find was that what I got fascinated with was like the feeling. I could feel. They would talk about this idea like you polish this like energy ball and you do these breathing techniques where you sit here and you kind of you harness this energy, and in some way you're seeing this energy, you're feeling this energy through your system, you're pouring it into your system, and some of the things that you're doing there, I feel all those things. And the first time I felt it, I felt my spine like realign and reset, and it wasn't when I wasn't even moving that much. It was just very simply allowing some healing to happen. So whether or not this is something you've like felt before, that's why you're here today, because I think we've got somebody on this call that's going to be able to help you feel it. So I think we were going to talk a little bit briefly about just what it is, right? So I think did you want to still go into that? Well, I think you did a really good job kind of summing it up, but we can.
I love your experience of that. That's one of the first things that I learned how to feel. It's like this. So I don't know. Do you want to do like a quick little like at the end as well, helping people? I'll incorporate it so that we can all feel our energy today. I'll incorporate that into what the presentation is. So yeah, we can definitely move into what is Reiki and all that good stuff.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. So that's going to come up here in a second. And then I'll let you go ahead and kind of walk us through this, Nayelli. So tell us a little bit more about Reiki.
All right, guys. Okay, so Reiki is basically a transmission of energy. Pretty much like Josh mentioned, electricity. Think of yourself as an electric being, and you plug into the source, and you get turned on, right? And then you unplug from the source, and it's not that you get turned off, it's that you're no longer receiving that transmission. So I often describe myself as being that plug, or I often describe myself as being like a straw that people can, my clients, not just people, you can use Reiki on plants, on food, on animals. So Reiki is universal life force energy that you're getting plugged into. That's what I was talking about as far as getting plugged in. You get plugged into universal life force energy. That's like, I can't be like a bigger bam than that. And the word Reiki is a Japanese word, and Rei means universal, and Ki means energy. We've heard the word Ki, Chi, Prana, they all mean energy. When you breathe in, you inhale that energy in because you're alive. You stop breathing, you're gone, right? So that's what we're referring to in regards to that energy, that flow. And the more that you breathe in, as we know with energy exercises, the more that you pump up your energy. So you'll hear me breathing faster and heavier as I start moving the energy through my body. Okay, how does it work? It literally is hands off, hands on. With a Reiki practitioner, the hands can be on the client, they can be hovering. At the level in which I'm going to do it today, I'm going to be sending it through hands, through time and space. Yeah.
You know, do you mind if I interject a little bit?
Please do.
Because this stuff really fascinates me, right? And like, I don't know if this is offensive in any way, shape, or form. And if it is, you can absolutely tell me, educate me a little bit more. But are you a Star Wars fan by any chance?
Yes, it's the Force.
Okay, like,
yes.
Yeah, they talk about the Force so much,
yes.
And like these people that are super in tune with the Force have all these abilities, right? Like, yes. I don't think it's that far off. And
you got it. It is the Force.
I love it. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Star Wars recently during this downtime.
Yes.
So sorry.
Yes.
The other thing I wanted to talk about though was even if we actually go into like some scientific studies, because there's the term of meta science, right? Meta science is like stuff we can't really explain that well, but we know it exists kind of thing. And then you have like actual science, which has been like proven, right? Maybe there's a difference there, maybe there's not. Maybe some things have just been completely proven while other things are still being studied. But one thing that Einstein talked about, he talked about this he called it Ooh, spooky things from a distance is what he called it. And what they did is they took like a biopsy of two different people, or I'm sorry, the same person. They took like a biopsy of the person's arm, and he took it to the other end of town, and they had the person think about and feel certain things. And as they thought about it and they felt certain things, they were able to measure that biopsy on the other end of town and see that there were similar frequencies that were being transmitted over the course of distance, right? So that's when, when Nayelli mentioned that she was doing Reiki through some of the virtual stuff, that's why it didn't even cross my mind as anything. Like it was very quick for me to understand. Like I know that works because I've seen in other ways how this spooky things from a distance thing really works. So, anyways, I thought that was a cool relation to what you're talking about, the transmission.
100%. This is we can go off on tangents for quantum physics. We know for a fact that when I put my mind, we have two particles, and when I put my mind's attention on that particle is going to react. So those are the scientific studies. John Hopkins is actually using Reiki currently, right now. It was I think the first hospital that has Reiki practitioners on site. They're doing research, and we don't know how it works. We just know that it works. And you can go on the John Hopkins website and read the research that they're doing. And they literally say, we don't know how it works. We maybe don't have the right instruments to measure this yet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how it works. However, we know that we can measure blood pressure. We know that we can measure, they're having certain things that they're measuring, specifically blood pressure, that before and after the treatments. Used a lot in oncology. Majority of my clients I'm seeing that are going through cancer treatments, and how it works is that the first thing that you feel is your body relaxing. Partially might be because your breath is slowing down. Again, there's just so many variables that happen at the same time in your body, but the first reaction that happens is that you start to relax. And when your body gets to relax, everything and anything that could be possibly healing in your body has a chance to do that. It just has a chance.
Yeah, and I think our bodies are great at healing themselves a lot of the times when we get some of the when we can downregulate, when we can tune into that energy and allow that stuff to heal us from the inside out. So I could see how this could be a cure-all if we can get people to release some of that frustration, that tension, and allow their natural healing energies to work for them.
A huge analogy that I got, an analogy that I was taught when I first became a Reiki practitioner. And as a heads up, I think it was right after September 11th, I became a Reiki practitioner in order for me to have a tool again to help and support my friends, my family, the people around me from trauma, from discord. So how it works is that it's helping people coming around to me right now with anxiety, with depression, with these feelings that they don't understand in their bodies, and we just help breathe them out. The analogy is that we're like a glass, right? We have a glass of water, and there's all this dirt and yucky stuff on the bottom. So Reiki is like a fresh pour of water coming in, removing all of that debris out and washing it out. So that's an analogy that we could use for that.
Love it.
Okay. So what it's good for, geez, right now I'm using it, treating people currently to help releasing of anxiety, trusting the self, self-worth, developing intuition. I'm working with a lot of people that want to, how do I do that? What is that? What is intuition, and how do I develop it? Finding your life purpose. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Self-love, care, psychic gifts. Yes, definitely. Meditation helps you to quiet down. Reiki helps again with that pouring, that clearing of whatever sediment, debris, sand is in the bottom. And with that, you hopefully become a clear channel to listen to yourself, really. And then energizing. We can always energize food, our plants. When we're watering our plants, we can energize the water. Oh my gosh, I Reiki my dogs all the time. I Reiki my dogs. I have a story of a little French dog, French bulldog. I was Reikiing, and she literally went kunk. She gets so relaxed, a little kunk. So it's very relaxing for basically any organic being.
It's funny because I used to think my mom was crazy. My mom used to talk to the plants all the time when I was little, all the plants in the house. But now I know she's onto something.
Right? But she's like telling you're so beautiful as she's watering them.
Yeah, for real.
Yes.
She's having like encouraging conversations with the plants. Like, Mom, it's a plant. Stop talking to the plants. No, she had
so wonderful.
Oh, there you go. Huh?
You too.
Hopefully. All right. All right. So Nayelli, I think before we actually do the transmission today, I think you were going to offer, you had a small offer too for the Fitness on Fire piece. So that's what this is, right?
All right. So my amazing, wonderful Fitness on Fire family, please schedule a session with me and receive 20% off your first Reiki session. At this time, I am still offering the Reiki on Zoom, and we're getting pretty close to putting, I mean, we are opening up. So for sessions at the office, either works, honestly. Both of them work. I am having a lot of success with my Reiki online. And I'm trying to see the things with, the silver lining. And for me to now be able to expand and offer Reiki long distance, because long distance means time, space. If you have an event coming up that you want to send Reiki to, if you have an event in the past that it's like, man, I'm still thinking about that. That is how powerful these techniques are, that we're just starting to scratch the surface of these new technologies, and not really new, but we're just rediscovering them.
Love it. Super cool. So I'll make sure that this offer gets sent out too after the fact when I do a recap of our call. But I am super excited to get on and talk and actually go through a transmission with you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the share, and I'm going to focus my screen on your screen. So I'm going to pull myself off so we can follow you. And then and I may not be able to talk.
Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you for having me here today, everyone. So a Reiki transmission basically means that you're going to be receiving universal life force energy. The force will be with you. And what I ask of you is that you just either sit up nice and tall or you lie down flat, but you're in a place where you can be comfortable. We're going to be here for maybe close to 10 minutes. So, and if you do decide, gosh, I'm getting really relaxed and I'm sitting up and I'm going to lie down, just get comfy. Okay. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. You're going to hear me breathing a little bit faster to just move the energy through. You can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels the best for you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to set the intention today as we come together in this gathering of friends, of family, of brothers and sisters, that we set the intention of receiving this universal life force, the force being with us, in order for us to be guided for the highest good of all. Reiki energy is healing, harmonizing, and balancing everything and everyone, everything and everyone, everything and everyone. You are free to receive or reject this healing. Reiki is healing, harmonizing, and balancing. And so it is. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Fill up your lungs completely. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. If you see me moving my hands around, it's because I'm moving the energy through. I'm transmitting. And I just ask you to take a deep breath in and out, inhale and exhale. I ask you that you invite the presence of your higher self. You can just say, I invite the presence of my higher self. That's it. And now that the Reiki transmission has begun, I see you, I feel you, I honor you, I thank you. Knowing that this Reiki transmission is for the highest good of all involved, raising the consciousness of the collective for the highest good of all involved. If it's okay and comfortable for you to please place your hands on top of your heart and consciously saying yes, thank you, to receiving the universal life force energy into you. And when you inhale, it's like you're drawing the energy in. And when you exhale, you're releasing everything that you don't need, that no longer serves you. At this time, I'm working on everyone's heart chakras, acknowledging the need for love, self-love, and so much love that is needed for all of us at this time. Keep breathing and feeling the gentleness of the force, of the universal life force moving into you. If it's okay to have the feeling of gratitude in your heart, bring that feeling of gratitude in your heart. Gratitude that whatever force you believe in, whatever's greater than you, is full of love just for you. Deep breaths, inhale and exhale. You can have your hands either on your heart, right on the center of your chest, or your hands palms up, resting. Continue to pull the breath in all the way, fill up your lungs, and exhale out. Sometimes to move the energy through, because I feel like we need to do some clearing. Oftentimes the Reiki is just one part of the treatment that I do. So you're going to hear me using sound to clear energy space, to clear your energy bodies of all stress, gripping tightness, emotion that might be ready to be released. Take a deep breath in, inhale and exhale. So now that we've cleared the heart chakra, we're moving on to the second chakra, the place of security, the place of family. It's the space of your sacrum, and I'd like for you to take a deep breath in right there. Inhale. Feel your sacrum, your pelvis, your lower body, and just breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale and exhale, releasing all that tension, all that whatever feelings you've been having over the last 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, weeks, days, months, hours, times. Maybe they be clear, blessed, and purified, and so it is. That's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here with me in this sacred space. All right, everyone, let's take 3 deep breaths in and out, and we're going to get ready to come out. So everyone, deep breaths in through your nose. Exhale all the way out through your nose. That's it. Be back in your bodies. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs a little bit. Squeeze the muscles around your bones. Get yourselves back in your bodies. Slightly open the eyes ever so slightly. Okay. All right. Josh, whenever you're ready to come back and join us. Everyone move very slowly.
That's the hardest part of anything I've done today is coming back right now. I was in a good place. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very good place to come pull yourself into, definitely. Yeah. I want to honor all of you. I want to honor all of you for opening your hearts to me, to the Reiki, to the Force, to the collective. I sit here, I see you, I feel you, I love you, I honor you. I am with you. We are one. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nayelli. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this with us today and give of yourself for us. Is there anything else you'd like to share or say with us today?
Oh, God, that was powerful. Oh, my goodness. Yes, so much love. So much love. I am open and available for questions, for interactions. You might feel a little like whatever after this. I don't know. You might feel amazing. Great. I want to hear all about it. Please reach out to me. Nayelli at Aligned Bodywork and Yoga. I'm on the Fitness on Fire group page. We're family. Please reach out to me with anything. It does not have to be for a session. Please reach out. Thank you.
Absolutely, Nayelli. I don't know if you see the comments. I like to just put them up there real quick so you can see how many people say thank you and that they feel great. Thank you so much, Nayelli. I really appreciate your time and your gift. Thank you for sharing with us today.
Oh, sorry. One last thing. Sorry, I'll be doing these period once in a while. I can't talk right now. Once in a while on my Facebook, on my Instagram. It's about light. It's about positivity. It's about love right now. So show up, my little love warriors. Thank you. And yes, that's all. Awesome. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nayelli. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Thank you, Nayelli. Again, truly appreciate you. Make sure you connect with her. We'll send a recap out in an email on this so you guys could retune into this in the future, and we'll make sure that your offer for the 20% off is there too, to try and let people connect with you further if they'd like to. All right. Thanks, Nayelli. Really appreciate you. That made me feel great. I'm excited to tackle the rest of my Friday. Have a phenomenal weekend.
Thank you, family. See you soon.